It's Wednesday the 19th of November. I'm at Heathrow Airport and we are finally ready to start our trip to Asia. Just checked our bags in. Thought it might be useful to give you a view as to what we're actually doing after all this. So we are flying from London to Hanoi via Doha. We have a 3-month visa for Vietnam. We've got our first 6 nights booked in Hanoi, but that's pretty much it. The rest of it we're going to just play it by ear and travel. We've got backpacks and we'll kind of make our way around. We are flying today on British Airways to Doha, and we're lucky enough to be flying business class. So I'm going to do a quick kind of review of the lounge at Terminal 5 and also the flight itself. And then tomorrow we're fortunate enough to be flying on Qatar Airlines business class from Doha to Hanoi. So I'll also do a review of that and then compare the two, see how they kind of stand up against each other. I'm not rich. It's all done on Avios points and an Express voucher, but it's a great way to travel, and it's a bit of an experience, and it's I've got no points left after this, so I've got to make the most of it. So next place to go is the British Airways Lounge at B Gates at Terminal 5. So speak soon. So there are 3 lounges at Heathrow Terminal 5. 2 of them are at A gates, but this one is the lounge at B gate, which is where most of the long haul flights go from, B gate and C gate. So this is the lounge you would use. If you're a fan of rosé wine, and I am, there is an area in this lounge that is dedicated to Whispering Angel Rosé, which is the current en vogue rosé that everybody seems to be drinking. It's not really a bar area, it's just loads and loads of bottles of the wine on ice. I think it's a little bit overhyped, but it is drinkable and it is also free. So it is pretty busy in here at the moment. It's probably the busiest I've seen it in here. This is probably the best of the 3 lounges within Terminal 5, but there's still plenty of space. So it's actually quite pleasant. There's places to sit and there's places to sort of, relax before the flight. So this is the tea and coffee area. There is choice of various coffees, teas, etc., as well as a good selection of biscuits. They of course have alcohol, so you've got beer fridges, etc. You have got a selection of spirits, gin, vodka, whiskey, all the usual stuff you would expect. There is a range of soft drinks as well. There is also a sign there warning you against drinking too much before you get on the plane, and I will of course be taking good notice of that, as it's a mistake I have made before in the past. The food in this lounge is actually really good. It's better than the other 2 lounges in my mind. It's the best I've seen in a BA lounge. It's got a warm food counter here, which I'll come back to in a second, but over here is a selection of really decent looking salads and stuff like that you can just help yourself to. But the highlight for me was the warm counter, which was actually served to you as opposed to a massive free-for-all. So you can have things like pulled pork sandwich, chili, pasta, and the chef kind of put it on the plate for you and let you take the plate away, which I thought was really good. And the food itself, we both had a bite to eat and it was really, really nice. There's an obvious departure board there, and our plane is leaving in about 45 minutes. So we're going to have to get a shift on if we're not careful, and better head down to the gate. I've been in the British Airways lounges at Terminal 5 at A gates a couple of times in the last couple of months, and it's been a crazy experience, really, really busy. This, on the other hand, is much better. It's calm, you can get a seat, and you can actually relax before your flight. It's a much better experience. So I'm in my seat. We have taken off and we're on our way. This is a Boeing 777. I'm in one of the club suites, which is a specially enhanced business class seat. It's quite nice. Just ordered and been delivered a ginger something like a whiskey drink, which is really nice. So I'm going to drink this and then give you a quick show around the space. I'll be spending my next 7 hours in before we land in Doha at around midnight tonight. Time to elegantly shut my club suite door. Well, I use the word elegantly. It's kind of, it goes as far as that. So it doesn't actually shut, but it sort of slides back, and it, to be honest, I'm not impressed. So this is the Club World menu, which they give you pretty much as soon as you take your seat, and they ask you to choose your pre-dinner drink and your starter and main course before you take off. So I chose a Johnny Ginger, which was really nice, and I chose a white wine for my meal. I'm a bit annoyed with myself because what I did was I chose a chicken Caesar salad to start and a chicken and rice main course, which was pretty stupid. But when they came and asked me, I kind of panicked a bit and made an impulse decision, which I regretted immediately. I have a tendency to gaze at the flight map aimlessly, but to divert my attention, the food has arrived. So this is the starter. It's a chicken Caesar salad with bread and a small side salad. Don't know what that's there for, and a glass of rosé wine. And to be honest, it was really, really good. Couldn't fault it. So my original intention was to show you each of the dishes I was served as it came up. Unfortunately, that isn't how it came up. I had already started eating it before I remembered that I was supposed to be videoing it. So it was a bit of a faux pas, but nonetheless, I remember on the pudding. But the food was fine, but I was a bit sick of chicken. So this is starting to get quite embarrassing now because I've actually forgotten to video this at all. I've actually eaten the entire dish before remembering. So this was a tiramisu. It was absolutely lovely, and this is the empty bowl. After we finished dinner, my original intention was to show you around the sort of club suite and show you the storage space and the various bits and pieces of the screen, etc. But in their infinite wisdom, British Airways decided to turn all the lights off and try and get everybody to go to sleep. Don't know why they did that. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I doubt anybody had any intention of sleeping, but it means they haven't got to serve anybody else unless you ring the call button. So I decided to put my seat back just to show you what that looks like, what it's like to put the flatbed seat down. I'm 6'5", and for me it was a bit of a squeeze. I can't complain, right? It's a flatbed seat and it's more comfortable than economy, but it was a bit like being in the trash compactor in Star Wars, so it wasn't the best experience, but I was not going to go to sleep. I was determined to stay awake, and I was going to spend the next 5 hours drinking wine. So landed in Doha about 1 o'clock this morning. It's now about 10 o'clock in the morning. So refreshed and had a good night's sleep. It wasn't the best flight I've ever had, to be honest with you. It's always nice to fly business class, and that was good. In fact, you got a lot of space and it was good. But overall, I wasn't that impressed. The seat and the area felt like it had been put together with a Meccano set. It just felt a bit wobbly, and there was no storage space, and that wasn't particularly great. And then maybe the video showed that. Second thing was that, I don't know, we got on the plane, they gave you a glass of champagne, then they took you what you wanted for your dinner. As soon as dinner was served and you had a drink, they turned the lights off. And it was, at that point, it was about 4 o'clock in the afternoon in the UK, in UK time. So they were trying to get you to sleep, and the lights didn't come back on. So firstly, I wanted to record some stuff as well and sort of show you around the little booth that I was in, and I couldn't do that, which I found frustrating. And I don't know, then an hour to go, they woke us up. They gave us a sandwich and another drink. I went up to the lobby, to the foyer area to get myself a drink halfway through, but the stewardess never came up and stuff like that, so just wasn't blown away. I've had better British Airways flights than that in business, but as I say, can't complain. It's always nice to fly business, and I've come here and feel very refreshed today, which is great. So our flight tonight to Hanoi is on Qatar Airlines, so we'll see how that fares, hoping it's going to be a bit better. We're flying at 8:30. Until then, we will find some way to amuse ourselves in Doha for the next 8 hours.